Epic here, and today I'll be going over the Murder Slasher in Before the Dawn 2. Now, if you don't really know what Before the Dawn 2 is, I'll put the game link in the description below for you to check it out. I think that this game is actually one of the best games on Roblox currently, so it wouldn't hurt to actually try it out. In case you didn't know, this game is not completely out yet and it is in a public testing phase, so this game might not always be open. So you should join the Discord server, which I'll also link below, so you can check it out. If I go to my inventory, I have my murderer equipped right now, and we can go to the basic description, which will be on the far left. And it tells us that the murderer specializes in chasing down and finishing off survivors, and is fast with average damage. So, when it says fast in this game, I like to think that the murderer is easier to use. So that makes sense, because the murderer is the default class, and the default class should be very easy for the players. So when you're looking at a slasher, you should really be looking at the abilities. All of the slashers have 4 abilities. There are 2 main abilities, an ultimate ability, and a passive. Our first ability is called Chase, which gives us unlimited stamina for a short duration of time. So stamina in this game allows you to run, and when you have unlimited stamina, that basically means you have unlimited run speed. So it'll be practically impossible for the survivors to run away from you, because you'll be always chasing them. The second ability is called Fury, which increases attack speed for a short duration of time. So this ability might seem a bit boring compared to all the other abilities, but it's still pretty effective, because obviously if you're increasing your attack speed, you'll be able to kill the survivor that you're attacking faster. And in this game, you should be trying to down all of the survivors as fast as you can, so they have less of a chance to complete the objective. Our ultimate is called Execute, which finishes off a downed survivor. If you don't know what that completely means, in this game, everyone has 2 lives basically, and once they get killed the first time, they have an opportunity to be revived by any other survivor that's currently still alive. But if you use Execute on the person that you just killed, then they won't be able to be revived at all, and they'll basically be taken out of the round completely. For this ultimate, it has a pretty long cooldown, as we will see, so I just like to use this ability when the cooldown is up. However, I try to focus this ability on certain classes, such as the paramedic or the tank, because those are usually the 2 annoying classes for the murderer to deal with. Finally, we have our passive ability. Damage gradually increases during the round. When I play as the murderer, I hardly even notice this passive. I usually don't think about the damage I'm doing. All I have to do is try and kill the survivor. Now, the only time that I really notice this ability is when I'm facing off against a tank or something. Because what I would do is I would leave the tank alive in the beginning of the round, and later on I might go ahead and kill them after everyone else has been killed, and I will notice that it will only take like 10 or 12 hits to kill them instead of the usual 15. Now, if we go to our ability stats, we can see that the first 2 abilities, our main abilities, Chase and Fury, has a cooldown of 1 minute. And we can also see that our ultimate has a cooldown of 3 minutes. So like I said, the ultimate ability takes forever to recharge, so you kind of don't want to be waiting to use your ultimate on certain people. You should just use your ultimate whenever it's ready. And for the class stats, there's only 3 stats that I really think are important here. The first one is speed, and as the description said, the slasher is pretty fast. Next, we should focus on the damage. And in this game, the average health that a survivor would have is around 150. So if we use 150 as an example, that would mean we would have to hit someone 6 times in order to kill them. You also have to remember about the passive ability, which will boost our damage over time, so it could take less than 6 hits, as you'll see in the gameplay clip that I'll put ahead of this video. And we also have to remember that all the survivors have a capability of healing, so it could take even more than 6 hits to kill them. Now, the last thing I want to focus on is the attack speed. So if we calculate the square damage, and we use our 150 health example, then it would take at least 6 seconds to kill a survivor. This is why our second ability, Fury, is pretty useful, because instead of having 6 seconds to kill someone, our attack speed increases, and it increases to 1.5, I'm assuming, which means it will basically take only 4 seconds to kill them instead of 6. Now I feel the best way to showcase all of these abilities, and for me to give a better detailed explanation with tips and tricks, is to show a gameplay video, and we'll get to that right now. Alright, so here's our gameplay footage. So, a fair warning to everyone watching, I was lagging pretty hard when I was playing this round, but I used this clip to demonstrate that even if you're lagging, you can pretty much still win. So my strategy right now is I'm basically using all my stamina to get to the spawn, and once I get to the spawn, I'm going to conserve my stamina, because I want to make sure that I have enough stamina once I find a person, which I'm about to find one right now. And this annoying samurai is going to be important later on, but right now I'm about to find out that I'm lagging pretty badly. As you can see, the samurai is glitching out a little bit for me, and right now I'm chasing after him. And at this point, I use both of my abilities, Chase and Fury, at the same time, because they both have the same cooldown, and they're pretty strong to use together. But he's a cameraman, and he made me dazed a little bit, so I basically wasted my ability. So that's a good example of what not to do with your abilities. Either way, he tried to stun me with a bottle right there, but I'm still able to kill him without my abilities. And that's another thing that I want to talk about, is your abilities, even though they're still pretty good, you don't have to use your abilities to kill people. You're still capable of catching up to people even without your abilities. So right now, all I'm focused on is the people who are trying to come near and revive him. I see another samurai who's trying to escape, and for some reason he's trying to climb up this utility pole. Now, this scavenger is also pretty annoying. As you can see, he's lagging out for me as well. And the difference between this guy and the other guy is that he was able to stun me. As you can see, he just stunned me again. And since I was lagging at this point, I was pretty annoyed with this guy. I used both of my abilities again, but as I used them, he stunned me. So I would like to mention that if you're playing against the slasher, a tip for you is that the bottles are basically the murderer's biggest weakness, because both of his abilities are pretty much useless if he's stunned. But once again, even though that I wasted my abilities practically, I was still able to kill him, and as you see there, I just executed him. Now, he was a scavenger, so a scavenger isn't really a high priority target for me, but since my execute ability was off cooldown, I just decided that it was the perfect time to kill him. So I see this next person right here, and in my opinion, I was thinking he was pretty easy to kill because he wasn't running away, but I was low on stamina. So right here, I was trying to conserve my stamina, but for some reason he just jumps right there, misses his bottle, and I was able to kill him pretty easily. So I'm trying to find these remaining people, and right now I don't hear anything. But now I hear this utility pole being pulled off. So right here, I thought she would jump off right now, which is why I jumped off. But surprisingly, she didn't. And she still doesn't jump off for some reason. I'm able to get 3 hits off of her, and even though she tries to heal, she doesn't even hit me with a bat, and I was able to kill her pretty quickly without using an ability. Okay, and here comes the part that is filled with complete bullshit. This part is actually pretty funny. So, as you can see, someone just died, and I'm able to see this person in this building. And what do you know? It's this annoying samurai that I saw in the beginning of this clip. So, this guy literally randomly teleports away due to my lag. And you think I might have just ran past him. You think I might have just ran past him right now. But, as you can see, he just magically teleported all the way over here. So he basically disappears again, and I'm pretty confused on where he is, but I have a good general idea on where he is right now due to his breeding. So I use my chase ability to get infinite stamina, and then right now I'm about to use my fury ability because I don't want him to get away. And with that, I automatically kill him in just 2 hits. Now, obviously he had only half health because he was revived by someone else, but my passive ability allowed me to kill him in only 2 hits, which was nice. And that was the end of the round. It was a pretty effective showcase of all my abilities, and also what to not do with your abilities, as well as showing the execute ultimate in action. I really would like to mention again that you don't really need to use your abilities to be successful, because you're still able to catch up to all the survivors, even without your abilities. Alright, thank you guys for watching my first guide, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.